Should we just dive into Hedgehog Lab? And can you tell us what is it, what do you do, and what's the vision?
Yeah, absolutely. When Hedgehog Lab was formed, the vision was, I guess the purpose was pretty simple. Me and my co-founder used to work in a digital agency in Newcastle, and we saw this, focus as a business, as a people business. We were an agency and we were a people business, and there was just, ironically, for a business that was all about people and professional services, there wasn't that much focus on the people. There was just a lot of focus on other things. And so me and Mark had this idea, who's Mark, Mark is my co-founder, and we had this idea that what if we just, forget about, this grand vision and ideas of, gathering all the world's information like Google or helping the world connect like Facebook or whatever. What if we had like a very simple theory that what if we created a place that brought in like really talented people, and empowered them to do the best work of their life, whatever that might be. The best work might be creating a CRM, it
Mm-hmm.
could be creating a, and funnily, when Hedgehog Lab was formed in 2007, we didn't intend to be an agency business. Actually, we were very, oh, sorry, we were very anti-agency. We didn't want to be in the professional services sector because we'd been in the professional services sector before and we didn't have a great experience. So what we really wanted to do was, build a software services, a SaaS platform,
Mm-hmm.
for the financial services sector. And we really started off the business as a SaaS platform for the financial services sector. But we couldn't have done it at a worse time. We did it just before the run on Northern Rock happened, and it was a terrible time to be anywhere near the financial services sector. So we had to end up pivoting to effectively what we knew best, which was doing professional services. That was not the original intent, but the vision of in terms of the core purpose of the business, the fact that we weren't doing software for the financial services
Mm-hmm.
sector didn't really matter, because the core purpose was almost like what if you built a business that was centered around people and allowed them to do the best work of their life.
No, that's very cool. Because again, that's always half the challenge is how do you make your business different to everyone else that's out there? And actually, if you fundamentally believe what you do and you've got that, the North Star that you can always go towards. Because again, the biggest challenge at the moment is how do you recruit good talent? And likewise, people will happily, they would much prefer to work somewhere that they love to work, even if it's maybe a slightly lower salary or other. But there's huge value in that, because I think people really discovered during COVID that you only need so much money, but kind of life fulfillment and that kind of thing. And actually, just shout out to Jeff saying it is very true that you need to love what you do, because the truth is, we're only on the planet for so long, and you get up every day to chase a dream. That if it's someone else's dream, out of interest, do you feel that you could work for someone else now, or are you too far gone?
No, I mean, it's funny because I did try working for somebody else and I was the worst employee. And I mean, I didn't admit that in the early years. I thought I was the best employee ever. And I felt quite begrudged that my only one of, like I said, the big employer that I worked for didn't appreciate me. But actually now I reflect on it, being on the other side of the fence and being the boss. And I was a terrible employee. I don't think I could ever work for anybody.